It is no secret that groceries are expensive, now more than ever before. Juicing does require quite a bit of ingredients, and those costs can really add up, but it doesn't have to break the bank. In this video, I'm sharing all of my tips and 2 of my favorite recipes to help you juice at home on a budget without sacrificing good flavor and high quality nutrients. I'll also be sharing how much each recipe costs to make and the amount of juice that you can expect from each recipe. So let's get started. Tip number 1. Use high water content produce. They tend to yield larger amounts of juice than other types of produce. Some great examples include celery, cucumber, and any type of melon. Tip number 2, add flavor and nutrients by using small amounts of potent, high nutrient ingredients like ginger and turmeric. These ingredients are powerful in both taste and nutrients, so a little does go a long way. If you're curious about juicing with ginger, but you just don't know how to get started, go ahead and check out some of my recipes like this ginger wellness shot recipe video. Tip number 3, buy produce that is seasonal and locally grown. Seasonal, locally grown produce tends to be cheaper, fresher, and higher in nutritional and water content. This is because seasonal local produce does not have to travel as far to get to your grocery shelves, which means 1, this produce can be picked closer to its peak ripeness when there's a higher amount of nutrients and water content available. And 2, this produce tends to be cheaper because, again, it doesn't have to travel as far, so there's less cost involved in the transportation and processing. If you want to make better tasting food and juices at home, using right produce is the easiest and best thing you can do. Learn more about how to select right produce at the grocery store by checking out my video here. Tip number 4, keep your recipe simple. Avoid adding too many different ingredients. I find that 3 is the sweet spot to ensure variety in not only flavor but also nutrients, while avoiding having to buy too many different things. That way you can purchase larger amounts of the same ingredient in bulk, and bulk does tend to be cheaper. Such as these Honeycrisp apples here. I purchased this bag for less than $10 at Costco. Comparatively, I've also purchased 10 Honeycrisp apples and paid as much as $3 per pound. Tip number 5 is a real gold mine. Go ahead and mix in some canned ingredients. Certain canned ingredients, especially like what I'll show you later on in my recipes, are really great for juicing, especially when you can purchase the ones that are stored in their own juices instead of water. Canned ingredients are so underrated in the kitchen, y'all. I think we maybe sometimes see them as lower quality than fresh ingredients, and I won't pretend like there isn't a difference in the taste between canned and fresh ingredients. However, canned ingredients, especially the right kind of canned ingredients, can really add lots of value to your recipes for much cheaper than if you're using all fresh ingredients. To be honest with y'all, when I first began my juicing journey, I was still in college and I was working only part-time, so I used a lot of canned ingredients to help supplement my recipes while still adding in great flavor and nutritional value to my juices. So I hope you found those 5 tips helpful. For the remainder of this video, I'm gonna walk y'all through how I make 2 of my absolute favorite recipes that incorporate all of the tips that I just shared so that you too can make flavorful, nutritious, and affordable juices at home. And guys, if you're finding this type of content interesting or helpful at all, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That lets me know that you guys enjoy these types of videos and to keep them coming. Now let's get into these recipes. Alright guys, recipe number 1 is a delicious combination of canned beets, lemon, and cucumber. And if you've been on my channel before, you know this is my pride and joy, my Nama J2 cold pressed juicer. I'll be using it for today's recipes. Now I'm going to start off by adding in 3 English cucumbers, and like I mentioned earlier, cucumbers are one of those high water content ingredients that also is packed full of vitamin K, potassium, and plenty of antioxidants. They are a great way to add in a boost of hydration to any recipe without overpowering the other flavors, since cucumber does have a pretty mild taste, and I find that it blends well with most other produce. Alright guys, and while those cucumbers are finishing up, I'm gonna get started on our real cost-saving ingredient, canned beets. To get the best flavor, you wanna make sure that you're buying beets that are stored in their own juice, not the ones that are stored in any other water or other liquid. Now, I find that the flavor of beets pairs really well with citrus, so you can even substitute out these lemons for some oranges or any other citrus that you like. Beets are so underrated in the kitchen because they're actually packed full of nutrients. I remember as a kid, my grandmother would always make beets for dinner, and I was never a fan of them on my plate, but in a juice, they are so yummy, and they even add a little bit of sweetness. Now, the nutritional value of beets mainly comes from its nitrates that help to improve blood flow to the heart and the brain. brain. Beets are also full of antioxidants that help fight inflammation in the body, and they're also an essential source of nutrients like folate, manganese, potassium, helping to boost metabolic function and improve your energy levels. They support liver function, they help manage blood sugar, they protect against chronic diseases, so they are a super nutrient dense and low calorie addition to really any juice recipe. So now that my cucumbers are finished juicing and I have room in my hopper, I'm gonna add in these 3 cans of sliced beets. I wanted whole beets, I couldn't find them, so slice works fine too. Really just a personal preference. And look at this, just from those 3 English cucumbers, we are already at 20 ounces of juice, which is more than a single serving of juice. So as you can see, ingredients like cucumbers are really packed full of water content that's gonna help you get a greater yield out of your ingredients. The only downside about working with beets is that they stain everything. My fingers are definitely red. I'm sure there's a solution to that, but I don't mind it too much. It's actually a very pretty color. All right, while these go, I'm gonna finish prepping my lemons. As you can see, I'm cutting them all in half because I'm going to be switching out my J2 hopper for the J2 citrus attachment, which will allow me to very easily juice all of these lemons. All right, guys, I kind of made a rookie mistake here. I should have actually layered my ingredients. The beets are just so soft, especially when you're using them from a can, that it really does help to layer your soft ingredients with some tougher ingredients like the cucumber. That way it helps just push everything more easily through the juicer. But sometimes you're working too quickly and you forget the little things. So I'm just gonna have to let this run for a bit longer so that all of these beets can process. And for the optimal cost savings, I'm going to be repurposing my pulp. So I'm storing it in this freezer bag. And these will get put into freezer cubes that'll get turned into smoothies later on this week or month as I feel like making it. All right, now check this out. Just from those 3 cans of beets and those 3 cucumbers, we are already at 54 ounces of juice, which lets me know that I'm gonna need to grab a bigger container because it's not all gonna fit in my 1 liter carafe. All right, I'm gonna finish juicing these lemons and then I'll be right back to let you guys know the total amount of juice that this recipe produced, as well as a breakdown of how much it cost me to make this juice. All right, y'all, the lemons are all done and those lemons were super juicy. I used 10 of them and I ended up with 25 ounces of juice, which is a lot. Combining this with our beet and cucumber juice, this looks so yummy. Okay guys, I gave this a quick little stir so all of the ingredients are perfectly combined now. That recipe produced 76 ounces of juice, which is a lot. If you're drinking an average serving size of 16 ounces of juice per day, then this recipe alone will last you almost 5 days, which is a great output for the cost of these ingredients. Like I said, do not sleep on those canned ingredients, y'all. They really go a long way to beef up the yield of your juice. So explore a little bit and see if you can find any other canned ingredients that you think taste really good in your juice. And if you find them, go ahead and comment below and let me know so I can try them. And here is my total cost for these ingredients, which is really not bad for 76 ounces of juice. Again, I did buy most of these ingredients in bulk from Costco, so what you're seeing on the screen is a breakdown of the unit price. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup and then we'll dive into recipe 2, which is an absolutely delicious ginger, apple, and celery recipe. Now, if you think back to the tips I shared at the beginning of this video, this is gonna be one of those small but potent ingredients. You do not have to use a lot at all. A piece about this size, which is 3 to 4 inches, is gonna be more than enough. If you get a piece this big, you'll be able to make plenty of batches of this juice. I'm only gonna be using about a 1-inch piece, so I'll even actually cut a little bit more of that off. And then I like to just remove the skin of the ginger with my knife. You can cut very thinly. Be very careful, don't cut yourself here. Ginger is such a potent ingredient, and due to a component known as gingerol, it is packed full of antioxidant and antimicrobial properties, which makes this a really great ingredient for supporting your immune system. All right, so you can see, guys, this piece is little itty bitty. It's actually a little bit more than 1 inch, but I personally love the taste of ginger. If you're not the biggest ginger fan, I would go probably like half this size. I'll just pop that on into my hopper. Okay, next up I am adding in 9 Honeycrisp apples, which are actually in season right now. And if you remember from the beginning part of this video, seasonal produce is not only more affordable, but also higher in nutrients because it has more time to reach peak ripeness before it's picked and transported to the grocery store. So for my juicer, I'm just gonna be having these apples. Okay, actually more like quartering because I do want to remove the core. A juicer like the Nama J2 can technically handle processing the core, but I like to make it a little bit easier on my machine. And if you do it that way, you end up with a little snack while you're prepping. Delicious. While the apples finish up, I'm just having all of my celery stalks, and I like to cut off the little bits at the end too. I don't know that you need to, but it's how I like to do it. And now celery is really gonna bring that high water content ingredient into this juice. It is a stronger flavor than something like cucumber, but it also offers a different variety of nutrients, and I personally don't mind the taste of celery. However, if you're someone who really doesn't like celery, you can substitute it out for cucumber and it'll still give you that high water content component to your juice to help you produce a higher juice yield. You should of course be washing all of your produce, but celery is one that you really want to wash thoroughly due to how the celery grows in the ground. It tends to have dirt, and I've even seen bugs trapped inside of the base. If you want to learn more about how to properly prep for the juicing process, again, make sure you download that free batch juicing for beginners guide in the description below. This recipe is also a great example of how you can keep things simple but also very flavorful. It uses only 3 ingredients, but the ginger is super potent. The celery is high in water content. The apples are seasonal and affordable and also bring a lot of high water content in their own right, as well as a lovely sweetness that's gonna give a great flavor to the juice. And you can see here why I just really love using masticating juicers, especially when I'm wanting to get as much out of my ingredients as possible. Because if you look here, we are working with very little pulp, and it is also super dry, which means that this juicer is extracting as much juice as possible out of the ingredients. And over here, we are already past the 40-ounce mark, which means that just with those ingredients I've already juiced so far, not even done yet, we are almost at a full week's worth of juice. All right guys, this is so full. So I'm actually gonna transfer this into my container and then we'll get the rest out. All right guys, I had to grab a larger pitcher because this is so full already. I'm nervous to combine it all in this little container here. So let's put it in the bigger pitcher. All right guys, my ingredients are all combined. I did give it a little stir to make sure everything is properly mixed up. From those ingredients, I ended up with 56 ounces of juice, and that's not even counting the half of the apple that I unfortunately dropped on the floor. So if you guys make this at home, you'll probably get a little bit more than I did. Moment of truth. Oh, that's so good. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with the recipe that has that many apples in it. At 56 ounces of juice, if you're drinking a standard serving size of about 16 ounces per day, then this recipe will last you almost 4 days, which is awesome. And for how much I paid to make this juice, which you can see the breakdown on the screen here, that is a really great turnout. If you guys try either of these recipes at home or any of the tips that I shared, please comment below and let me know what you think. Juicing can be a really great way to supplement your diet and live an overall healthier lifestyle. It does not have to be hard and it does not have to be expensive. I really hope that these tips and recipes that I share with you guys are helping you to incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your diet and just explore and play around in the kitchen, see what you like, see what you don't like, and figure out what it looks like for you to live a healthier lifestyle. If you feel like hanging around my channel for a little bit, I recommend you check out my batch juicing for beginners video, which is full of tips and tricks to help you continue along your juicing journey like a pro and on a budget. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.